Hi everyone, I'm Sharon Oamek and you're here at Honey Creek Creamery. This is my husband's great-grandfather's farm and we're trying to bring it back to life. And as you can see, we're in the Les Hills and it's beautiful. We get to look onto Mount Crescent and enjoy the scenery every day. So we get to milk the goats and then bring the goats up here for a hike every day, and they get to browse on the vegetation of the Les Hills. And then most importantly, here we have our guard dogs. This is Tucker. He's a Great Pyrenees, about 7 years old, and Duchess, and their job is to try to protect the goats, and they do a darn good job. They take it seriously and they protect us too. But we have been around as a dairy since 2010, and we make Chev, a goat cheese, and we also started in the last 3 years making a goat milk gelato. So given that it's dairy month, I wanted to introduce those products and let you know that they're tasty, and we'll give you a show of what they look like. So here we are. We just came up here with the goats, and we have a couple different breeds, and we have the boys, fixed boys, they're called Weathers, and they're mixed in with our girl goats. We have about 20 milking mamas, but goats are funny and social and sweet, so as soon as we came up over the ridge, they came up here to greet us. The multicolored ones are Alpines, and the white ones are Sonnens, both of which really kick out a lot of milk. I'd say a good gallon to a gallon and a half. So for the size of the animal, goats are really productive compared to cows and things. So we got Polly here chewing on my fingers, but they have no upper teeth, so they grind their food kind of like cows do, and they have 4 stomachs like a cow. So they want to be with each other, and they also like to be with the cows when they're roaming up here as well. So the cool thing about them being able to roam is that they forage on the Les Hills vegetation, and then that flavors the milk, which flavors the cheese. And so that makes it unique to anywhere else in the world. So it's really a tranquil place. This is a special solitary place for us and the goats and the dogs. And so we get to come up here every day and enjoy life. They are really inquisitive, and they're going to nibble on clothes or things to get your scent. And they're productive animals till I'd say about 12 years old, and then the rest of the time they can get to retire with the boys and just have a job of chewing down the shrubbery out here in the hills. That's their favorite thing. That whole idea about them being willing to eat anything, they're actually picky eaters. When they have the alfalfa, they pull off the leaves and leave the stems. So when they come out here, their favorite thing is leaves and wood products. So that idea with the tin can, they're really going for the label. So really part of the reason I got into the business mainly is for the goats. I think that it just makes your heart light when you're with them, and I get to, when I milk them, that's a special time. When we hike, that's a special time. And so the dairy has given me that opportunity. And then the other neat thing about it has been that we have gotten to meet people from all over the world. We've got to have visitors from the Ukraine, New York City's Gramercy Park. We've had people from Alaska. And so I just really like sharing our little life that we have here with people from different backgrounds. We made it down the hill, and this is where all the action happens inside. We milk the goats every morning. That takes about 2 or 3 hours. And then we take the milk and we put it in the bulk tank here, and that gets filtered through. This is just kind of a glorified refrigerator. This equipment actually had to come from Europe, because if you think about cow equipment, that's a lot bigger. That's like 500 gallons. So this is 79 gallons. So we put the milk in the bulk tank, and then every 3 days we make cheese or gelato. And so this is my pasteurizer, and this came from the Netherlands. And it's pretty much just a jacketed system where it's got an agitator, and then this is empty, so the water fills up in there, and that heats and cools the milk. And we have inspectors that come out because we're a certified dairy, and they check the quality of the milk and the cheese and the gelato, and they send it to an outside lab. They check it for E. coli and listeria and all the things that you would worry about. So we're really happy, and that's why we like to stay as a small operation, is we feel like we could really control the quality of our cheese. That's our goal, is to have a high quality product. So we have, what we do is we transfer the milk over to the pasteurizer. Iowa does require that you pasteurize, so that's basically, to kill any kind of bad germs. And in that case, we heat it up to 145 degrees for 30 minutes. And then we bring the temperature down, and we add the culture, which starts the enzyme process, and the rennet, which makes it coagulate. So what happens is, after that's all done, it sits in here, and then it's kind of like Christmas. You come in the next morning, and there's cheese curds and about 3 or 4 inches of whey sitting on top. So most people have heard about whey from the protein powder drinks, and basically that's what it is. It's a byproduct that's 90-some% protein. So we have a whey drain, and we have a pig farmer that comes, and they use it as a feed supplement. So everything gets utilized. So then what you're left with is the curds, and then we manually hang the bags into the drying rack for another day. So it's pretty much 4 days from mom to cheese, because there's a fresh chev. And so 1 day of drying at ambient room temperature, and then that's when we add the herbs and spices and package in here as well, and then we ship it off. So the next stop will be to show you where we sell it. So, and lastly, here we are at our alfalfa field. In the back here is our latest venture. This is our new seasonal cafe and local market called Stanley Snack Shack, named after one of our goats. And here we'll be offering grass-fed burgers and integrating the cheese and gelato and having other local products for sale. So what we did was we took a shipping container and converted it to kind of an industrial look. So what's really neat is, because it will be seasonal, you get to sit outside and look out onto the Mount Crescent ski hills and enjoy the view and enjoy listening and the seasons and the sounds of what's to offer here. We are located right on the old Lincoln Highway, which is very handy. We're about 2 miles north of Crescent. So if you would like to find our products, the cheese or the gelato, we'll be selling it here, and we also sell it at many Hy-Vees and in boutique retail stores in Omaha, and we're featured in restaurants as far as Des Moines through the Omaha area. And we have won national awards for our cheese, and we are only one of three farms in the country that makes a goat milk gelato. And it's really rich and creamy, and it's great right out of the machine. So hope you can come by and visit, and we'll enjoy meeting you.